Ziggity zig, back with more Tales from the Ladder, and here's one in from TapetalKarma, who is spelling his name even more in a different direction than before. Was barcode before, but now he is playing as, well, obviously that says Wonton. I don't have any idea what that says. But he's playing up against a Zerg player over here, and this is over on the Korean servers. Tapel sent this over to me because he said he'd been muddling around on the Korean servers just for a whole lot of fun. And so he sent me this game just as an example of what is going on. Now, it's starting off as usual pretty slow. It's actually the second one in a row that Tapel sent me from King Sejong, so my only assumption is that he's vetoed every other map, and this is the only one we've got left. Here's the Zerg player, is as you do on this two-player map, the first thing you do is you just send out any kind of scout. And if you want to go for a macro game, then you don't bother with the drone. In a macro game, it's not super necessary that you find out, oh, there's an extractor trick going on up there. Well done. Question mark, says Zerg. Zerg question mark. That's who I is. That's what I do. Question mark by name, question mark by nature. I will question everything you do. Tapital is getting his first supply depot up here at the top of the ramp, because going up against the Zerg, you want to just be sure that you can wall off if need be. Here comes the drone out here for a scout, actually. So he seems to be timing this rather well, but I don't think the Tapital's going to be ready to have another... Oh, he is going to be ready to have the second supply depot in there. Nope, moving the dude around. So he's going to send his SCV out for a scout. Out for a scout. Do these drone wings seem a little shiny to you? It just seems a little shinier than normal. And now he's going to pick away at that building, but no, Tapital's on top of it. So he's moving on this way. There's another Overlord on his way down. So now he chases him out, and that is it. Just getting out in time, but no! Oh, fakes him out, and then he sees what the tech is. So he sees that it's going to be double racks, one gas, and now he goes for the gas steal, and successful. So there's at the same time as the expansion, but luckily Tapital does spot that, so he knows what's going on. And now, so the gas steal, not really the worst thing in the world to happen to a Terran, especially one that's going double racks, because then you just kind of get two reactors and you pump out a whole lot of Marines, because they're only 50 minerals, 0 gas. But the Zerg player is getting a whole bunch of Overlords, more Overlords than I would expect coming down here to sort of, I guess, oversee would be the way of doing things. Well, did not save this drone to try to redo the assimilator again and keep playing that game, so this one will get shot down eventually by the one single Marine. I believe we have some more Marines on the way. No, we're going to go with the Reaper on the way. The spawning pool is just finishing over, and the expansioning are finishing almost at the exact same time over there for the Zerg players. That's actually a pretty sweet maneuver. You want to get all your timings down, so if you play unlike me in any way, shape, or form, that's what you do. You have timings. Other people have timings. I have, I don't know, itchy feet. And that is a 1-to-1 ratio of everyone in the world's timings to my itchy feet. Trust me. So once again, a number of these Overlords, just two of them chilling out, just making sure they see what's going on. So here's the third expansion that the Zerg player is worried about, but Tapital knows this map well enough that he's actually going to come up here and hop here to here. Where do you hop from here? Which of these can you hop to? I think you can hop that, or is that too wide? Can't tell. I'm going to keep an eye on that. There's another SCV kind of patrolling over here. There's a second Reaper is just peeking about. Two Zerglings are going to move down here, and they're going to find that, well, there's a couple of Marines sitting in here, or just, I suppose, the one Marine right now sitting in behind this, but here they come, and they're going to give a little tap at the supply depots, but, oh, I missed it. I missed them running in. Here they are. They're going to hop down. There's a couple of these guys. There, 2 Reapers is not going to be enough. 1, 2, there. So it's a double hop on the ice. But now, I believe he has 3 over here, and as they hold still, they actually regenerate, which is the craziest addition of a Terran maneuver. I don't fully get that. But now he's moving over the Zerglings. So the Zerglings are going to give a little bit of attitude over here. So now 4 Reapers, 2 Zerglings. So there's a website I want you to buy into if you can. He's going to move 4 Reapers up here all at once. So just super harassment. Now there's 2 Queens on the way. The Creep Tumor doesn't look like back home. He's got a tech lab and just a couple more reactors. So it's probably going to be, it's just multi-racks. Another command center. So mega racks with no factories, no starports. So it's pretty much just going to be that Roach Warren double Double Roach Warren. So my only question is, are we going to see a whole bunch of upgrades? But now if we take a look at that, we have workers killed none. So all that, and they still weren't able to kill any workers. So there's the double roach. Now we're just getting out 5 roaches, because as we all know, for every 3 roaches, they need to have their own roach warren. Metabolic boost coming in is the upgrade for the zerglings. That's a zergling, right? Yes, that's a zergling. That just looks really weird. I can't quite see it. Oh no, wait. Okay, they were just all standing sideways. Here, look at me from the side. Do I look fat to you? So there's a couple of roaches there, and yeah, see, they do come from the different roach warrens. Oh no, wait, except they're both up there, so that wasn't even a good joke. There is still no... Oh no, wait, there's the command center getting itself an orbital command, and it's still mega racks. So there is a... Yep, barracks. There's the factory over here. It's about 1% done, but if you look on the army supply, it's definitely very, very heavy favored into the Zerg side of things, but he is playing kind of a slow game. The metabolic boost will not complete by the time he gets down here to where this Overlord is not even stepping it up a notch to be just displaying a little bit of creep down on the ground. So I guess he's just decided, no, I don't really need to do anything. But he's going to try, the Zerg player's going to make it up. The ramp does make it up there. Does see that there's really no expansion and no expansion or bunkers or wall, but boom, the one zerging, the test zergling up the ramp does get completely obliterated, hopefully by the Marauder. The Marauder missiles are like the best thing in this game. It's my favorite piece of animation. So possibly Tapetal was waiting for that kind of timing and knows now that the Zerg player is going to just take a moment to himself. He's not going to move down here. Probably want to get, I would say, at least 1 bunker, if not 2. You could corner to corner it. But the Zerg player has left only the Overlords behind, and is going to move the remnants of the army up here. Not really working too hard on an army at the moment. A couple more roaches right there, but a third base and the lair is coming out. Baneling nest on the way, but it does look like there's a bunch of reactors, so it's going to be a huge run of... And there's combat shield. So combat shield and a whole stank ton of Marines and a couple of Marauders in there just for good measure. Hopefully, and I would assume once the factory's done, we're probably going to see a starport, because with this kind of unit composition, you'd want to see some medevacs, because these guys will melt pretty quick, depending on what you're going in up against. But he's going to pop up. The Zerg player's going to pop up an Overseer cocoon just a little bit closer to Tapetal's base, and that will allow him to hopefully pop in some clones, or no, not clones, changelings, possibly even just slow down some tech if possible. Back up at the Zerg base, we do actually have a number of this plus 1 melee. Plus 1 melee is going to help out and then centrifugal hook, skill heal. So that's only going to help out the roaches, which he doesn't have quite so many roaches itself, and it's going to be banelings. Well, it's a small number of roaches, but that's whatever. So no buildings up here at the top of the ramp here for Tapetal. So no bunkers, no supply depots, no just sort of mild protection over here. But then again, he does not know about the baneling nest. So just at this point, all of these Marines are very, very vulnerable. So there's the double medevac out of the starport. In comes the... Oh, what a poorly moved changeling. He just dropped him down on the floor. Perhaps he was meaning to do that, because now he's going to drop the changeling up here into the top steps. So he does get a full scout on that. And now the next thing, there we go. But I think, was there a changeling in here? Tapetal might have taken out the changeling as well, but now it's medevac time, and here is where you start to worry about things, because here is when the medevacs are going to show up, pick everybody up into them. I believe there's 4 of them right now, so that's what? How many Marines can you fit in a medevac? I believe it's 12, so you get 12 times 4, minus a couple spaces for Marauders. This is a pretty good drop we're looking at right here, but if you look at the army supply, it's just slightly favored right now in Tapetal's favor. Slightly favored in Tapetal's favor. Do you listen to the things that I say? Maybe we should just put this on mute. I'm probably much better on mute. No, not changelings. Yes, it's an entire army of changelings. Look at me go. It is an entire army of... Ooh, I was stuck with the speedlings, but it looks like he's going to roll in here with some banelings, because now it's going to be an interesting range battle, because stuck at his base, Tapetal might have been at a bit of a disadvantage with all these banelings showing up, but now sort of out in the open, as long as he can start scouting things and just sort of being prepared for it. And now, yep, there we go. So he got really lucky there on the high ground, and the next thing he needs to do here is just get himself away from these banelings, and he's moved half his army away, but the problem there is that half the army is now left behind to get exploded by banelings and roaches. That's all going to be roaches against Stim Marines, and the problem is the medivacs are way over here in the wrong area, and so now he just needs to run around the other corner. Look at that production tab over there by Tapetal. He's still working on everything. And he just needs to be trying to reinforce with some units. But the bonus with these medivacs is they can keep healing, and there's no danger of them being attacked because the roaches, the banelings, and the zerglings. There we go. So there's a few more units right there, and now it's going to be. If you can see that there's actually seven mutalisks on their way right now. But this one marauder is going to get picked off, but he did manage to get a hit in there. So one worker, lots more units killed for the Zerg player. And if you look at the army size, it's still pretty even because Tapetal was able to continue turning that out. They did take each other down pretty well, pretty quickly, but now it's going to be mutalisks, and the mutalisks are not going to be confined by most things. There's I don't see any turrets because I'm not even sure I see a missile bay. Probably not quite in so many words, but now he's going to come down here, and at the bottom of the ramp, why would you attack a ramp with mutalisks? I don't fully understand what's going on there, so there's changelings, but I think he's just going to go the full way, wander over here, hop up the hill, and start taking out these supply depots just as fast as possible. I'm not sure where that scan went, but now coming in here and taking out, yep, all the workers. Oh, sound disabled. I'm going to turn off the sound. Units killed, it's getting pretty high up there. Got a few more workers, 7 workers actually, which isn't all that great for what that was. 8 workers, but whatever. He's going to try to move his way back in and around, and there's the Widow Mines getting some hits in on these mutalisks, and I think TapetalKarma is probably going to want a couple more Widow Mines, but I'm not seeing any actually. Oh no, there's two more being built, the medevacs being built, the Marines Marauders, and I think we have +2. Oh yeah, there we go, so it's +2. We have a lot more medevacs than we do anything else, but really he's just trying to move across here. He does have, probably, quite enough, so with that number of barracks that he's working with, here comes the army, and it's mostly medevac. A couple of them are boosting out over there, so it's kind of just feigning a drop here, but manages to pop down the defensive defensive Widow Mines, and they're going to do a number on a lot of these just there. But now he's stuck with half his army down at the bottom of the ramp, and some of them still there at the top, but the medevacs do regenerate the health on these Marines. We'll see how much life it can regenerate. Yep, not quite enough banelings to roll out and take out TapetalKarma's full-on army. He's still quite a bit far ahead at the moment if you take a look at the EPM, going up against the 59. But certainly the Zerg player had lots of opportunities. Just kind of overstepped the boundaries and didn't. The rallying point, I think, is one of the biggest problems the Zerg player is having in this game. As opposed to, there's another 2 mutalisks that are just going to die for no reason. So everything is rallied to right here above the Marines. And this is one of those times when you wish that rally was actually an A move. Man, this game would be so much different if you could A move rally. A couple of banelings made their way in there, but this is just a large squad of medevacs. But you always want to have too many medevacs and not too few. Popping down a couple of spine crawlers. I still say sunken colonies. It's looking all over stuck in my head. They're on the ramp to the natural, but coming up here, I don't think Tapetal did see the 3rd base, but he does just have enough units that it does not matter anymore. There's very little left here, and Tapetal it's all over. But parade, ticker tape parade, marching into town. Hail the conquering hero. Get your head in. A few more banelings still wandering in. They are able to take out a number of units, but now at this point there's just so much destruction going on. You need a whole bunch of larvae. No, just the 1 larva right now for the Zerg player. That's just poor, because he could roll out all kinds of units if he had enough larva for it. He's got the money, he's swimming in a fair amount of money, and I think either half roaches and half speedlings, since I believe speed did complete. Moving in against this third base here after taking out the second base, but now what, doing some long distance mining here is the third player. But I can't even tell what's going on. It's just this mess of medevacs. Popping over here, Tapetal with the forward scout does manage to see this fourth base. Doesn't quite know how many yet there are, but there are how many workers? There's still 63 worker supply, and there's the WW for the Korean server from the Zerg player. TapetalKarma just able to steamroll there. Once he got up, he started with a lot of the buildings, barracks and whatnot, the army production buildings. Just early on, it was kind of a risky maneuver because he wasn't able to defend it quite as well as he normally would be, but luckily the Zerg player did not opt for any kind of rush, so macro up against heavy unit production is a bit tricky, and with a couple of upgrades in behind that was when Tapetal was just able to continue on to this game. I feel like I need to lie down. I'm so tired this week, and I lost my voice, and there's so much more to do. Not just Tales from the Ladder and other games here, but I've got another complete show to do. The show that I was at last week that tired me completely out. I've got to do it again this week, so yeehaw. But that's this week. Let's see, when did this video go up? Last week. No, actually, yeah, this week I'm at a show, I think. So I'm just going to ask what the date is. Anyway, leave me a comment down below. Send me an email, ziggityzig@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at ziggityzig. If you got a really awesome, funny, hilarious Scrum True Lesson replay, you can send it over to me. Toss me an email of the replay, or just a link to the replay is good enough, and I will cast it for some more Tales from the Ladder. So until next time, stay tuned.